every single week for LeCavalier. Score! Score! Billy LeCavalier! He wins it for the Lightning in overtime!
Now scrambles away from one hit. Look, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Phelan is down there.
Oh, he got it! He did it! He got it!
How was the injury? It's funny, really. I know it's when you get older, it takes a lot longer to recover from these injuries, and I'm still feeling it now. You know, I've never had a rib injury before, so this is sort of like the first one. But it's just niggling away a little bit. But you know, you just when you get out there, you start playing, the adrenaline kicks in, and you just want to play.
Talk a little bit about the away games last 2 weeks. 2 big losses, I suppose. Tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, thanks for reminding me and bringing them up. Nottingham away. We were 5-0 down. We talked about being ready to go when we got out on the ice, and we just wasn't. There was a lot of things that we can reflect upon that we maybe got wrong, but I think the bus legs, the mentality, the approach before the game, it was all stuff that is quite questionable. So yeah, before we knew it, we were 5-0 down. A lot of teams might have just thrown in the towel and finished the game 10-0 down, 10-0, or gooned it up. And I know that one of their coaches made reference to that he gave us some praise, because actually we didn't goon it up. We kept on in there and we started to work. And the second period we finished 3-3, so we tied that one. And then the third period we won that 3-1. So there's lots of positives there. I just felt, we were a bit of a slow start there. And unfortunately it cost us a game. But the game finished 8-6, I think it was, in the end. So we really made a game of it in the end from being 5-0 down. So on the whole, I was happy with how the game finished off,
I think predominantly from the start of the season against some of these stronger teams, the guys have sort of gone out with the attitude that we can't get beat. And they've realised now that this league's not as easy as you think. There's some tough teams out there that all want to make Division 1 section, so I think it's a bit of a realisation setting now. And we've had a meeting, and the guys understand now that that they've got to knuckle down and take it a little bit more serious, work a bit harder, get the tempo of the training sessions up a bit, just so that the guys are going into the games with the right mind frame, like the likes of Solihull, Sheffield, Nottingham, they've got some good strong lines, and they've got quite a lot of depth, and I think it was a bit of a wake-up call for the guys, really. So hopefully they've realised now when we can sort of move forward, put them games behind us, realise the mistakes, what we didn't do right, what we didn't, what we did do right, work on what we need to work on, and try and put behind us what we did wrong, and then hopefully, we should come up good. This team tonight, I think, you can't take for granted any team that you play against. Everybody's capable of beating everybody. Although these guys may have come across as like the whipping boys, they've got a couple more extra players. What you are guaranteed is you will get hard work out of them. And if we're not on our game, you could get upset. But I think the guys are up for this one. So hopefully, we'll get a good result out of this.
We're expecting a big crowd here tonight as well. Does that help motivate?
Yeah, just while I was watching the warm-up, had a quick look round. There's loads of people here, so hopefully the crowd gets behind them. They'll be the extra man on the ice.
Brian, man of the match, fantastic game tonight, great goal in the second period as well.
Yeah, it was a fluke, but yeah.
How did you find it today?
Relatively easy, to be honest. In the past few weeks we've had a few bad results, but like the teams have been working hard. We've been working hard in training. We knew what we had to do today. We just went out there, outworked the other team, get the goals that we needed. We could have done with a few more because the league's probably going to come down to goal difference in the end, but we did the job we needed to do.
Two big results against Blackburn now, 9-0 at the start of the season, 5-0 now. We've got Nottingham next week. What do you expect from them?
Same thing. Nottingham, when we went to their place, they have got good skaters. I mean, I've played against Nottingham a few times in the past, but we've got the right amount of talent on this team. It's not just talent on the first line or a bit on the second line. You've got talent throughout. Everybody's willing to work hard for each other. I can't see any reason why a team like Nottingham that comes here, yeah, they've got a few good skaters, but we should be able to outwork them. In our own band, there's no way they should beat us.
And a big crowd tonight as well. Hopefully we can replicate that next week.
Yeah, well, quite often, if there is a big crowd, or right on Facebook, you know, on the group, say thanks for coming down. People they underestimate what a feeling it is to have a crowd behind you. I know they think, oh, they're just stood in the stands, but it does, when you hear them cheering for you, it does get you going. Especially for the other team as well, when they've got the crowd on the back, it's not easy for them to come here and play. That's what we need. We need to build a fortress here for when teams come here, they know they're playing us.
Yeah, tonight was probably the biggest crowd of the season. There's been some good promotion done regarding, I think it's called Groupon, where they've done a promotion on the tickets. So that's been really helpful, and it's brought in a lot of fans in tonight. Hopefully we'll keep them for the Nottingham game next week, because like Brian was saying, with that sort of crowd behind us, it's that extra boost, you know, for the team. And we found that in Solihull last week. You know, there was probably about 600 supporters there. And as we skated out onto the ice, some of the supporters were there shouting, "Fight, fight, fight!" You know, and the team played up to it. You know, they were working hard, and you know, in the first period, Brian got a broken nose. You know, and it showed great character because he had, you know, a lot of guys would have given up, but he stuck in there and had a good performance and scored a goal for us. You know, so it proves valuable for every team that. A good home crowd can give their team a boost, you know. And tonight that was good for us. A lot of, I think, like Brian was saying, we've got 3 strong lines here, so there's a lot of talent on the team, and maybe that's one of the reasons why we're doing so well when it comes to the end of the games, the second and the third period, because some teams are going 2 lines and we're going 3 lines, so we're wearing them down. So I think that's a key factor. I think we had quite a lot of shots on goal tonight, and we scored 6 goals, so that's something we'll reflect upon again, because I think, you know, we really should be scoring a few more goals. But I know there was quite a few penalties tonight, but it seemed they came in here, and in the warm up there was Matty got a bit of a stick to the head by one of their kids with the cage on, and I don't know what happened there, but that kind of set the tone for the game, really. So it was quite a physical encounter tonight, but on the whole, you know, we're pleased with the result.
Nottingham next week. What are we expecting?
We're expecting a really good team from Nottingham. When we played them in their rink, very well drilled. I know I spoke about Simon Hunt playing for them. Been out of hockey for about 13 years, and he's back playing. And he was like inspiring for them. You know, he really led the way. Very quick, passed the puck really well, and it should be an end-to-end game. But like I was saying, if we can play and take the momentum from tonight's game and play how we did in the third period there's no reason why we shouldn't pick up some points against Nottingham. But they are a very good team. You know, there's I think it's fair to say, you know, there's some quality teams in this league, and it's going to be difficult to get out of it.
Steve, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.